Hey. S- God damn it, I literally just started this video after I got done laughing at something. I was like, okay, I'm done laughing, and then I remembered it. I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put the image that literally made me laugh because it was just sitting in my fucking phone, and I saw it like a second before I started this recording, and that this image makes me feel horrible inside for some reason. I feel cursed. Anyway, this isn't about that image. I just started the video and started laughing because that image, I saw it for a second and it felt like it was just haunting me. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about Pokemon. Shocker. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I like Pokemon. I don't know if anyone's noticed this. I don't know if anyone's noticed anything. I put Pokemon videos every once in a while out there. Okay, this joke. I'm already done with the joke. I'm not very good at holding jokes like that. Like YouTubers have those jokes where they're like, I don't know if you noticed, but I enjoy this type of game, and then they have like six videos of that type, and then they keep going with that joke and they never like laugh at it. I'm not good at holding a joke. I laugh at it. Either that or I get bored of it in the middle of it. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, specifically Scarlet and Violet. And granted, I am getting a lot of shiny stuff, and that's because I'm shiny hunting. So, I mean, if you're hunting for something, you're bound to find it eventually. But, I mean, that's going to not, just be a common thing because I am planning on, playing some other games eventually. I was thinking about getting back into Elden Ring and maybe giving it a chance again because I felt like I was a bit unfair with Elden Ring because like I felt like I couldn't get into it, but I didn't really know why because it did feel like a good game. I just for some reason never got into it, so I'm gonna try again with that. It's kind of like Bloodborne where I never got into Bloodborne. The only difference is with Elden Ring, I at least can say I had fun. With Bloodborne, I was just miserable. It wasn't even like miserable because it was hard. It was miserable because I just wasn't having fun. It like I hated the everything. Like I just did not like Bloodborne. So I mean, whatever. But whatever. This isn't about those games. It's about Pokemon. So yeah, I've been uploading quite a few shiny videos and all that. And I wanted to talk about the game itself, right? I want to talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet almost a year later in a way because the game came out in November last year. So in 2 months, yeah, something like that, 2 months, it'll be officially a year old because the game hasn't been out for a year yet, and they're announcing the new DLC and yada yada blah blah blah. But again, this is also not about the DLC. This is just about the game. This is about the game now. Like as the game has been updated, as the game has been out for enough time for people to explore it fully, for competitive players to go online, for shiny hunters to run around everywhere, for all this shit that happens in the game, whatnot, bullshit, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I am bad at speak. I am bad at speak words. Anyway, so my thoughts on the game, like almost a year later, right? Because like I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what the fuck I said in my original video where I talked about it. If anything, what I probably said was frame rate bad. I understand why people are mad about some graphical things. Probably the most fun Pokemon game I played in a long time. That's probably if I had to remember that my video talking about it, that's probably what I said. And also, just for the record, this is not my channel's not really a Pokemon channel. It's just a whatever the hell I want to put channel, which I already made a video saying that as well. But like I'm just doing a lot of Pokemon things. I'm just shiny hunting a lot, so yeah. And I don't know what to fucking talk about. But I wanted to like talk about. I'm 4 minutes in and I haven't even talked about the game. So my thoughts on the game now, as it's almost been a year. Most people do that retrospect thing where they're like, "This game a year later." Okay, I'm getting sidetracked again. I gotta stop that. The How I feel about the game now is pretty much still when the game came out. Hasn't really changed. I don't know what the fuck that sound was I made. It, it's kind of the same. That's the weird thing, right? The game's updated like 4 or 5 times, which is kind of weird for like a game that's been out for almost a year and also has been in need of some really big updates and has seemingly had minimal updates. Now, like I said, I've enjoyed the game. It is like the most fun I've had playing a Pokemon game, right? And to this day, I'm still playing it. I'm still shiny hunting. I'm still making new profiles, doing all sorts of shit. And how I feel about the game is that I still think it's fun. However, the weirdest thing is that in all these updates, the one thing that needs fixed in the game, the one thing, all right, so because the graphical shit, like that's whatever, right? I don't care about graphics. I could give less of a shit sometimes because I know people are like up in arms about the graphics of the game. I couldn't have given less of a shit. I could notice when like something looks bad in the game, but I don't care if the game is fun, if the game has a good story, if the game is enjoyable. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care about the graphics. I don't care if it looks like a fucking Nintendo 64 game. If I'm having the time of my life and I'm having so much fun, then why the fuck would I care if something looks a little too pixelated, or if, oh, this little area of the game looks ugly? Like, I don't fucking care about graphics. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people's opinion on the graphics of the game are, because the graphics are not what's going to sell me on if the game is good. It's the gameplay, it's the story, it's the stuff that actually builds the game, not the fucking graphics. It's not like a game that's meant to have like breathtaking scenery like it's fucking Red Dead 2 or Elden Ring or whatever other games have incredibly beautiful scenery. It's just Pokemon. It's meant to just be like, haha, look at the cartoony animals in the cartoony world. Like, I don't care about the graphics. But the game is always fun. But the fact that in all this time they still have not fixed the frame rate issue, it's like exactly the same as it was when it came out. Like, there has not even been like a 1% fix to the like frame rate or anything. Like, there's areas in the game that have like these specific spots where they lag, but they lag so much that it freezes the game for a moment. And I remember one spot in particular where this happens every single time you go to the area. It's in the beginning area, once you go past the Poco Path or whatever the fuck, and you go to the back area, there's a little like destroyed area that's filled with like drowsies and ghastlies. And then if you go behind that little destroyed thing and you go to this little cliff that overlooks the water, and there's like a, I think acid, no, Psybeam. Is it acid? I think it's acid spray. There's a TM right there called acid spray, right? That exact spot, because I've restarted the game so many times. I've done so many different profiles because I love just doing different runs of the game with different, Pokemon. And so many times, whenever I go to pick up that TM, the game every single time has frozen there for like a couple seconds. And I've had even times where it's frozen for almost like a minute, and I'm like, did the game just fucking crash? And then it does it, and I'm like, okay. But that's like a spot in particular that like actually I always remember because it's so early in the game. And it's like, oh, you want to pick up that TM? Well, you have to sit through a fucking freeze for some fucking reason. And they still never fixed it, right? But at the end of the day, I enjoy the game. I still love the fucking game. It's so much fun. Like, once you, like, I've played it so many times. Like, yeah, like, once you've beaten it a couple times and you just go through the same areas again, eventually you're just like, oh, I gotta go grab these items again because I restarted the game and now the items are all back, but I also gotta battle everyone again. But I gotta remember who has what, and I gotta remember what Pokemon has what ability. Or in my case, I can just grind like fucking crazy to the point where I'm fighting like a little kid that just throws out like, go, I have my level 7 Scatterbug, and I'm just like, oh, that's really cute, that's really cute. Anyway, here's my fucking like, I don't know, fucking Hydreigon or something. Like, by that point I just have like a complete fucking tank. Probably not Hydreigon, because you can't catch it. You can catch a Dano early, but it's going to be over level 20. I was trying to think of fucking Salamence. I was trying to think of Salamence, but I couldn't think of the name for some reason. And so I went with Hydreigon. But you can't get a Hydreigon without getting some badges. I mean, unless you catch a dino and then you breed it. And then when you hatch it from the egg, it's level 1, so then it listens to you. I'm getting very technical, right? Because that's something I had done where I would, like, break the game. I'd run into a high-level area, catch a Pokemon that I wanted. Then I'd progress, so I get the picnic, then I'd breed it, and then I'd get like a level 1 out of an egg. I'd feed it some fucking candies that I found lying around because I've memorized where some of the candies are. And then it gets to a high enough level, and then you can actually use it because you had it as a level 1. So you get this Pokemon that you're not supposed to have early by breeding. So I did it with an Ndidi and something else. I can't remember. Oh, Klefki. I did it with a Klefki because I wanted to see if I could beat the game with a Klefki. And I like Klefki. It's a stupid Pokemon, but I love it. But like I said, I've beaten the game numerous times. I've done a lot of different runs. Have like profiles are well, actually, I dedicate all my completed profiles to shiny hunting. So I wait for an outbreak and then I go shiny hunting, and that's why I have so many videos, because I'm just looking for shinies, I guess. But yeah, like my thoughts on the game are that I'm still having fun. Like even almost a year later, I'm having fun. The only gripe that I can really have is that I wish they would fix the fucking frame rate. Like after a year, and the fact that they're adding DLC, you think that they would have fixed this. You think that fixing the main game would be priority, because like after seeing the DLC, imagine how bad the frame rate of the DLC is going to be. Like if the base game has bad frame rate just because you just happen to see some flowers in the background, then imagine this fucking DLC where it has like 4 split areas all mixed into one and shit, or whatever the hell the DLC was doing. Like hell, in the base game, if you go to the area where the team star leader Ortega, the guy with the fairy types, if you go to his area, that place dies. That frame rate dies because of all the fucking flowers and the water and the base camp and the trees, and the ocean is right past it, so it's just, it gets fucked. And also there's areas where it breaks when it rains or when it snows or when it sandstorms. Like if you go to the desert during the sandstorm, you'll be like moving at like 1 frame per dick or something. like like fucking 1 frame per ass while trying to climb the mountain. It just is ass. But outside of that, because I personally can overlook it. I know other people probably don't, and they probably put it down as soon as they saw the bad frame rate. But like, I'm fucking persistent. If it's Pokemon, I'm gonna fucking push through, even if I think it's stupid. But like, I've played the game numerous times. I love playing the game. I just do. And this video has gone on already at 12 minutes. I was hoping to talk more about the game, but I've already got this video long. I mean, it's not like it matters, right? Because I'm like the one thing I've noticed is I'm the only one that seems to like Pokemon out of anything. Like I don't know what the fuck that meant. That was like the most nonsensical statement. Like once I talk about Pokemon, it's like no one really cares. I'm just like talking about something I love because I love Pokemon. Pokemon is like one of my favorite fucking things of all time, and I think it's pretty fucking obvious. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made a whole playlist dedicated to the shiny Pokemon. Even if the quality of the videos is shit, because maybe if the Switch let you record for longer than 30 seconds, maybe. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, like there's a lot of things. There's just like the frame rate is whatever. I don't care about the graphics. I will never fucking care about the graphics. Like I never really got a lot of glitches where I like fell through the map or like anything weird like that other people were getting all those times ago. And I do kind of like the story. It's like rare. Like most of the time, Pokemon stories are kind of boring, and I will admit the newer ones are kind of boring. I know X and Y was kind of just boring as shit. Like it was not very fun. Sword and Shield got kind of tedious a lot. If anything, there wasn't a lot of story in X and Y or Sword and Shield. And this one, I actually enjoyed the story. I like all the stories, and I honestly think the Team Star story is my favorite, and I think Arven's is my least favorite. I don't think it's a bad story. I just don't like Arven. I'm gonna be honest. I fucking hate Arven, and I know like Arven's like the golden boy. Like everyone loves him. Like as soon as the game came out, people were like, "Oh, he's such an asshole," and then like as soon as the game like rolled out longer, people were like, "Oh, Arven is the best character. Arven, Nimona, they're such great characters." And I agree, Nimona is a great character. I hate Arven. I just hate Arven. He's pointlessly antagonistic for no fucking reason. And even when he is supposed to have grown and changed as a character, he is still antagonistic, he is still annoying, and he still does nothing but bitch, whine, and just constantly fucking just argues with everyone. Like when you're going into the fucking crater, all he does is bitch and moan and fucking lash out at everyone. Like he can't go 10 seconds without insulting someone. And the same can go for Penny. She never shuts up. The only difference, the only thing that separates them is that Penny, at least her character cares for multiple people. All Arven cares for is Mabo Stiff, which that one I actually care for. Like I actually like the story that he's caring for this dog. However, while I was playing the story, I was like, oh, I want Mabo Stiff to get better. However, fuck Arvin. Like, I just couldn't get behind him. And Penny was barely in the story. So like I don't really care for Penny. I don't really care for I think she's definitely one of my lesser favorite or my least favorite characters, but Arvin is top. Arvin is like my least fucking favorite. All right, his story is heartwarming. Him helping his dog, his looking for his parents, it's sad. They want you to feel sympathetic for Arvin. I get it. I just can't because he's just such an asshole non-stop, and he just doesn't stop. Like he thanks you for the help, but then he just goes back to just constantly insulting you. And then when you get to the crater, it's just wah, wah, whine, argue, fight, and it's like shut up, like literally shut up. And then that whole crater sequence just kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest, because both Arvin and Penny are just being needlessly aggressive and super fucking annoying, and for some reason they show off that Nimona is a complete fucking idiot. So I guess they really just wanted to highlight the worst parts of the character for that crater part, where they wanted to show that Nimona's an idiot, Arvin's an asshole, and Penny's kind of a piece of shit. Like they have this whole story of building them all up, and then that whole crater sequence is just showing that they are all just kind of unlikable. Besides Nimona, like Nimona, at least like being dumb is not like as bad as what the other two are just pieces of shit. Like Nimona's stupid. That's about it. Like I can overlook someone being stupid and be like, okay, I'm stupid. I understand. But Arvin and Penny are just so fucking antagonistic for no reason, to a point where I'm just like, I don't like these characters. I just don't. And like I mean, on top of that, their designs are kind of boring as well. Like Arvin is just a fucking like blank slate. Penny, at least like her outfit. I like the little Plusle and Minen stockings, and like she has the shut-in hoodie, so she can hide her face and all that, whatever. And the Eevee. I like the Eevee backpack. Okay, I like the Eevee backpack. But they suck. They just suck. They're just so unlikable because they're so aggravating. They're just annoying and antagonistic. And the only time they're not is during like the endings of their stories, when they're being thankful, because they're like, you helped me, thank you, but then they just go back to being assholes, and then Nimona's dumb. And that's whatever. Like I do like some of the characters. Like I said, I like Nimona. I actually like Clavel. I don't know how you say his name. Not to mention Clavel fucking bangs your mom, so I mean, like, how can you not like it? This old man literally walks into your house. He's like, you're going to start your day at the academy. Isn't that really cool? Hey, how about you head upstairs? Me and your mom are going to have a nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like, dude literally walks into your house and just bangs your mom. Like, he just straight says, hey, go grab your bag and hat. I'm going to fucking balls deep in your mom. That was not a sentence. He was going to be balls deep in your mom. That's the point. He's cool. But I like Clavel. I think he's a nice character. However, the best character, and I think I kind of gave away who my best character was from my video where I showed the pictures on my Switch. I personally think the best character is Aerie. I like Aerie. Aerie is my favorite of the new characters. What can you not like about her? She's a wrestler. I like wrestling. She's tall. Yeah. Strong. Yeah. But she's also soft and caring about all her friends. And if anything, she's actually like one of the like less antagonistic members of Team Star, because she's just like, it's the gentle giant trope, right? The one where she's like big and strong, wears the wrestler face paint, but she's like all sweet and cares about everyone, and she just wants to protect everyone. But she's my favorite. She's definitely my favorite. All right, Aerie is my favorite new one, and no one even talks about her. They talk about Mela, because Mela was like the one that was like shown in like the promotional shit. They were showing Mela, and then everyone was like, oh my god, hot punk girl that's gonna step on me with her big fucking goofy ass SpongeBob boots. I do like Mela. I like Giacomo as well. I think Giacomo's a real good character. I don't care for Atticus, and I don't care for Ortega. I'm gonna be honest. Ortega is another just annoying one, and Atticus he's weird. I don't really know how to explain his character. He's just kind of weird. Like I don't hate him, but I just don't. I don't know what to say about his character. He's just weird, like just strange. Ortega though is annoying, but Aerie is the best out of all the characters. to be introduced in the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Well, new. It's almost a year old. Aerie is my favorite, and she will always be my favorite, unless for some reason they introduce some new character in the DLC that's going to end up taking over, but I don't see that happening. So I mean, I just like went on a tangent about characters because I was like thinking about how much I just fucking hate Arven. Like I fucking hate Arven so goddamn much. Every time I'm doing a story, I'm just like, oh, I'm glad the Mabo Stiff's getting happy. Unfortunately for you, Arven, maybe you should give me the Mabo Stiff. I can take care of it because I actually would care for it, and you can just go. Like I don't know, go to the Asado Desert and just sit in the middle of the fucking desert and don't talk to me. Like, just give me your fucking dog. I'll heal it. You go sit. Like, fuck off, Arven. Like, just go away. Like, I don't know. I just don't like Arven. I'm going to be honest. And I don't like Penny either, but she doesn't show up enough for me to, you know, constantly tell her to fuck off until like the end where I'm just like, can you both like get the fuck away from me? Can you both shut up and let me just do everything? But yeah, I don't know. That's just me, like, I don't know, kind of just like talking aimlessly about the game. Where, like I said, doing a lot of shiny hunting, having a lot of fun, still enjoying the game. Still can't believe after like an entire year they still have not fixed the fucking frame rate. Don't know how the fuck you could manage that in a year. Like they could have had that fixed on patch 1 and they didn't. Hell, they were like fixing competitive things. Like every update so far has been like for competitive. And that really shows you where their mind is. Their mind is in the competitive. They want, for like competitive play. They want all the publicity from the competitive play. It's like you would get so much publicity if you actually fix the game. Just going to say, you fix that frame rate, that is going to be headline. And your game is going to get so much better. Please. I want to walk through an area with a bunch of flowers and not walk at one dick per ass. I want to literally be able to move. I don't want a Pokemon battle to move at the speed of fucking ball hair. Like, just please. So, I don't know. I like the game. I still love the game. It, like I said, one of the most fun. I'm actually going to play either Sword Shield or the Diamond and Pearl remake just for fun. I don't know. But, yeah, still enjoy the game. And those are just my thoughts. Love the game. They need to fix the frame rate. Fuck Arven. And I love Aerie. It's definitely my favorite. Still don't know if I like Aerie more than the Hex Maniac. The Hex Maniac is just kind of the perfect character, but Aerie is also very perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I might. At this point, I'm just like turning into like a fucking witch. I'm turning into a fucking waifu battle conversation now. Which waifu do you think has bigger bazongas? Okay, anyway, so yeah, this went off the rails, so yeah, whatever.